Hey, welcome everybody. You're joining us in our 1979 Mets replay. We are in the Astrodome in Houston, and an interesting fact about the Astrodome: it was the stadium in which the fewest number of home runs were hit in all the major leagues. 46 home runs total were hit at the Astrodome, and only 15 were hit by the home team, the Astros. So you have a card where to get into wheelhouse, it's 1 to 8 for right-handed batters and 1 to 11 for left-handed batters. So you're not going to be seeing a lot of home runs. It's mostly about bunting and base stealing. We're going to get started. It's going to be J.R. Richard. Now, J.R. Richard had quite a year. 38 games started, 19 complete games, 292 innings pitched, 13 home runs allowed, 313 Ks. 18-13 record with a 2.71 ERA, and he's going to be facing Frank Taveras, Willie Montanez, and Lee Mazzilli. And here's the pitch, and he'll be facing Craig Swan, the Met ace, who was 14-13 with a 3.29 ERA. And that's patient, a patient 13, and Lee Mazzilli walks. I'm sorry, Frank Taveras walks. So Frankie's always a danger to steal, and the catcher behind the plate is Alan Ashby. Alan Ashby has an average arm, a 3 arm, so we need 6 or less, and we roll an 8, so he does not go. Willie Montanez, the batter, he's a lefty, and it's a tough 36. A tough 36 is going to be a base hit, and it's a ground ball up the middle and through, and stopping at second is Taveras. First and second here. I don't know why they're playing that. All right, so it's first and second, and it's Lee Mazzilli. Now, Lee Mazzilli is an F bunter, so he's going to hit away. And that's a 8, which is tough 34. A tough 34 is a strikeout. Mazzilli down on strikes. Out number 1. And it's Hebner, Richie Hebner, left-handed batter. 9, patient 56. A patient 56 is going to be a single. Look at that, hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Runner on second scores. So it's going to be an RBI single for Richie Hebner against J.R. Richard, practically unhittable. He goes to third. Wait a second here. Let's wait a second. All right. Oh, Mazzilli struck out. And then Richie Hebner singled. And that's going to score. All right. All right, Taveras scores. Montanez goes to third. And Richie Hebner is on at first. We have first and third, only 1 out, and it's Steve Henderson. Six, a tough 52. That's going to be a strikeout. Henderson down swinging. And it's Ron Hodges, left-handed hitting catcher, who's replacing Stearns, giving Stearns a rest. A tough 75. That's going to be outrange. Fly ball center field. Poole puts it away. Retires the side. But the Mets pick up 1 run on 2 hits. They lead at 1-0. Craig Swan against Terry Poole. It's a 7. Tough 30. Tough 37. It's a base hit single for Poole. And Poole's a threat to steal. Let's see, 5 or less, and we roll a 5, so he's going. And Hodges, let's see what kind of arm Hodges has. I don't really know off the top of my head. He's a 3 arm, so it's going to be C3, which is normal. Let's pull a card. Normal is safe. So Poole steals second. And it's going to be Craig Reynolds. He's an 8 bunter. He's going to bunt. Ground ball to first, and that's going to get Poole to third. There's 1 out now. And the Astros have a runner at third. A hand for Craig Reynolds and his moving the runner over. They appreciate the small things here. Tough 15. Tough 15, that's a strikeout. Swan strikes out Cedeno. 2 out. And this was 8 Cruz. So 4. In play 38. That's going to be out range. Grounded at first. Montanez flips to Swan covering, and that retires the side. Joel Youngblood steps in the box. 7, a tough 0-9. Strikeout. Tough 12. Flynn down swinging. 2 outs. And the pitcher, who's a 3. Snake Eyes Wheelhouse 42. And that is an out. Grounded third. Cabell fires to first, and that retires the side. Craig Swan faces Cabell. And Snake Eyes Wheelhouse 28. Wheelhouse 28 is a base hit single. Cabell's a threat to steal. Gonna roll to C. It's a 4, so he goes. We're looking at normal, and he's safe. So Cabell singles and steals second. Denny Walling's going to bunt him over. Oh, he's an F bunter, and he's going to hit away. Left-handed batter, 4 in play, 82. It's going to be a fly ball center field. Right there is Mazzilli. And back to second is Cabell. Here's the pitch to Alan Ashby. That's a 5 in play, 96. Outrange, fly ball, high fly to left. Henderson squeezes it 2 away. And then it's defense 33. Defense 33. Range left field. Let's see the range left field. Henderson range is a C range. A C range is 1 to 41, so that's going to be a base hit. And that's a hit, and that's a single, and Cabell's going to score. Game is tied. Rafael Landestoy, switch hitter, singles home Enos Cabell here in the bottom half of the second, tie the game at 1 apiece. It's the pitcher now, J.R. Richard. Richard is a 6, so that's a 4 in play, 85. And that's a grounded to short. Taveras flips to Flynn for out number 3. Game's tied. J.R. Richard faces Taveras, who walked in the first inning. Here's the pitch. It's a 3, patient 27. A patient 27 is a line drive base hit single for Taveras. He's on for the second time, and he may go. Let's see what happens, and he does not. Montanez. That's a tough pitch, 73. And it's going to be a fly ball lifted to center. Poole runs it down. 1 down. Lee Mazzilli. A tough 84. Big ground ball shortstop. 8, and so it's going to be a flip for a force. Throw to first, not in time. 6-4 force out of Mazzilli. may take off to second for a stolen base. Let's see what he does. Does not get his lead. And it's Richie Hebner now. And that's tough 86. A tough 86. It's a ground ball to second. And Landis-Loy flips to the shortstop Reynolds to retire the side. Craig Swan on the mound for the Mets. He's the Mets ace. Here's a pitch to Poole. That's tough 76. Fly to center. Craig Reynolds, one down. Tough 76 again. And that's a fly to shallow center field. Back goes the shortstop Taveras. In comes Mazzilli, and Mazzilli calls him off. Cesar Cedeno, he's 0 for 1. 10, Patient 75. Patient 75. Skied center field. All three outs were at center field. Steve Henderson at the top of the fourth. Game is tied at 1. And hey, 9, Patient 0-5. That's a walk. So Henderson walks. Does not get a lead to go. Hodges F bunter, so he's going to swing away. 6, tough. A tough 47 is going to be a double. So let's look at that. That's a line drive into the alley in center field. Runner advances 2 bases. We're going to have second and third now. Second and third with that double by Hodges, and we're going to double check that. It's a 6. It's a tough 47. A tough 47 is a double on Hodges' card. And it's going to be Joel Youngblood. Here's the pitch to Youngblood. Okay, that's 66. That's defense. Defense 29. Let's take a look. 29 is range in the left fielder. Cruz. Cruz has a range of a B range. So that's 1 to 32. We rolled 29, so that's going to be a base hit. Base hit is a single. Runners advance 2 bases. That's going to drive in 2 runs. A range 2-run single for Youngblood. And the Mets are up 3-1 against J.R. Richard. Doug Flynn, tough, a tough 27. That's a strikeout. All right, let's get some noise here, appropriate noise, because it seems what sounds. All right. So it's Doug Flynn. I think we just rolled a strikeout. Yeah. Doug Flynn struck out. And then it's wait a second. Let's double check here, make sure that our pitcher's batting, and he is. All right. Craig Swan is up. 1 out. Got 1 out. Let me see. Hodges, then Youngblood, then Flynn strikes out swinging. Now it's the pitcher. He's going to bunt. Swan is a C bunter. And it's successful. It's back to the pitcher. Richardson feels his position. And that moves Youngblood to second. 1-4. And it's Frank Taveras. And that's a 4. Ballpark 09. Ballpark 09 is going to be, for a righty, is going to be in play. In play 29 is going to be a base hit single. Youngblood's going to score. And Tavares on at first now. He's the threat to steal. See if he can get the roll. He does not. So it's Willie Montanez. That's a 4 ballpark, 79. So that's going to be in play. In play 58. That's an out. Fly ball to left, and that'll be out number 3. But the Mets pick up 3 big runs here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. They're leading J.R. Richard by a score of 4-1. Craig Swan is going to be facing Cruz, Cabell, and Walling. That's a 10. Patient 0-5. That's a base on balls. Cruz walks. Cabell now. And that's ballpark 28. It's going to be in play. And that's a 78. That's an out. Fly ball center field. Back to first goes Cruz. And now it should be Denny Walling. Here's the pitch to Walling. That's 11. Patient 92. It's a fly to right. Runner holds up, and then it's Alan Ashby with 2 outs. That's a 10. A patient 47. Patient 47 is going to be right outside of hit range. It's going to be a grounded to third, and Hebner goes a short way to Flynn at second, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 5th. This is the 3rd game of a 3-game set with the Astros. The Astros have won both games so far. So the Mets are trying here not to get swept. J.R. Richard 9, patient 84. And that's a grounded to short. Craig Reynolds fires on the run, gets Mazzilli by half a step. Mazzilli's hustling down that line. 8, tough 40. Tough 40. It's a base hit. So Hebner's on with a single. That's a 5. He does not go. And we have to re-roll that. That's an 11. Patient 61. A patient 61 is a hit by pitch. Henderson is plunked. And that must not tickle. You're talking about getting hit by a pitch by J.R. Richard. First and second, only 1 out. Richard's given up 4 runs so far. He gets fatigued in the 9th. 4 ballpark, 51. It's going to be in play. In play to Hodges. Hodges is 1 for 2 with a fly out and a double. And it's an in play 13. That's going to be a base hit. So Hodges is having a good day for himself. Hardly plays. And that's a single. Runners advance 1 base. Runner on second advances question mark. It's a single to center. Let's see what kind of arm Poole has. He has a 6 arm. And the runner is Hebner, who's not very fast. He runs at a speed of 5, so. Yeah, we're going to hold him. So it's bases are loaded now with the Hodges single. That was a ballpark, and we roll a second time. 13 in play. That was a hit. 13. All right, so bases loaded, 1 out. Infield is now in for the Astros, and it's Joe Youngblood. Here's the pitch from J.R. Richard. Hey, man. Jerry, how are you, brother? Saturday night, yeah. Couldn't sleep. Was watching this crazy movie called The Loved Ones, Australian horror film. Finished that and said, okay, let me roll. 1 more game to finish the 3-game set at the Astrodome. Mets have a couple of new pitchers. Andy Hassler and also Doc Ellis pitched in this series. So that was fun for me. So this is a 9. It's patient 16. Patient 16 is a base on ball, so that forces in a run. That's the 5th run allowed by J.R. Richard. J.R. Richard, man. 18 and 13, 271 ERA, 292 innings pitched, 220 hits allowed, 13 home runs, 313 strikeouts, 38 games started. Jerry. All right, bases are loaded, 1 out, top of the 5th. Mets are up 5-1. Richard's having a hard time. Richard's given up 8 hits so far, and that doesn't include the walks. So we're gonna pull somebody here. Grab somebody. And there's a bunch of players. Tom Dixon. I'm gonna bring in Dixon. Enough is enough. And we're going to try to leave Dixon in there for a while. So we're going to have to pull a double switch. So it's going to be a new catcher. I guess the catcher who caught yesterday's game is going to come back in. Bochy. So Bochy's going to replace Ashby. And we're going to put Bochy into the 9th spot. And then we're going to put in Dixon into the 7th spot. And we have our double switch. Okay. And we got to pull Ashby so we don't bat him, because we will bat him if we don't pull him. J.R. Richards gone. Tom Dixon's in. Bases loaded. Infield in. Top of the 5th. Mets are trying to avoid the sweep here. They're leading at 5-1. It's going to be Doug Flynn. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Here's the pitch from Dixon. Right-hander, 1-2, 6.66 ERA, 7. Patient, 12. And that's a base hit. Base hit. Runner on advances 1 base. Runner on second score. So that's a 2-run single for Flynn. Henderson scores. And it's Hodges right behind him. Yeah, what happened to JR there in 1980? He was injured, right? Tommy John or something like that? And it's runners 1 base. No, I don't know what could I don't know what happened to him in 1980. I'll look it up though after this, if you want to keep it a secret. And it's going to be Craig Swan with 1 out. So Swan is going to bunt. Runners on first and second. Swan is a C bunter. And that's a sacrifice hit. The catcher picks it up, throws to the second baseman covering first. And that moves both runners up. 2-4. 1, 2. And now with second and third and 2 outs, it's Frank Taveras facing Tom Dixon. Here's the pitch. Hey man, how are you there? 5, in play, 16. It's going to be a base hit. Taveras. Hey there, brother. How are you? Another hit by Taveras, who's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. So this is a single. Runner on second advances 1 base, but with 2 outs. Flynn's going to score. It's going to be a 2-run single. Frank Taveras. And Taveras at this point up by 9-1 against the Astros. Not going to be running. You don't want to rub it in. All right. That's an 11. In play, 17. That's a base hit. Willie Montanez. So we've batted around here in the top of the 5th inning. Oh, we didn't pull a card. Taveras was our first, and runners advanced 1 base. With 2 outs, he's going to go to third. So let's redo that. It's going to be a single. Tribe fan is in the house. All right. Single. And Willie Montanez on at first. Frank Taveras on at third. Lee Mazzilli. Lee Mazzilli's 0 for 3. Lee Mazzilli's the top Mets hitter of 1979 so far. And I'll tell you what he's batting. He's batting .341 with 6 home runs and 29 RBIs. He's up now with an opportunity to drive in a couple, at least one for sure. Ballpark 40. Ballpark 40. And this ballpark, you got to look at the Astrodome ballpark, guys. Hilarious. All of 1979, they only hit 46 home runs in the ball in this ballpark. It's 1-8 from right-handed batters, 1-11 left-handed batters. So this is going to be in play for Mazzilli. In play looks like 1-32. We roll a 37. No double play area there. .37 is popped up right side. Cedeno. Cedeno played first base mostly for the Astros from what I'm seeing in 1979. I know him as a center fielder. And that's going to retire the side. The Mets pick up 5 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. And it's Craig Swan against Rafael Landistoi. Where is he? Where did he go? He's vanished. Landistoi's vanished. There he is. And then it was the... There he is, Bruce Bochy. All right, everything's in order. Here's a pitch to Landistoi. In play, 82. And that's popped up. And that looks like Flynn. Flynn's calling for it. Makes the catch. Bruce Bochy. That's defense, 84. That's going to be an out. Don't even have to look at that. It's an out to second base. Kind of an out. It's a ground ball. Flynn to Montanez. 2 down. And Terry Poole, who's 1 for 2, single and flied out. That's in play, 85. Grounded to second. Flynn again. Flips to Montanez. That retires the side. 3 up, 3 down. And it's Tom Dixon going to face Richie Hebner. Hebner is 2 for 3. Mets are pounding the ball in this game. That's 11 in play, 64. And that's a grounded to short. Craig Reynolds. Let's undo that because we didn't finish the play. Grounded to short, 6-3. 1 down. Steve Henderson's 0 for 1. He struck out, walked, and was hit by a pitch. That's a tough 0-8. That's a strikeout. So Tom Dixon strikes out Henderson. Yeah, I listen to your stuff, man, on Tribe Fan. I listen to your stuff, your Minnesota stuff, when I go to work in the morning. Tom Dixon, that's Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 63, that's going to be in play for Ron Hodges. Ron Hodges 2 for 3. 70, in play 70, that's an out. Fly ball center field. Poole runs in, makes the catch, and retires the side. We're in the bottom half of the 6th. It's 9-1 Mets. So this so far is a snoozer. We want to keep it that way. Mets are trying to prevent a sweep in this 3-game set against the Houston Astros, who finished second place in '79. So they're a pretty good team. Had some tremendous pitching. And that's a tough 0-6. That's a strikeout. So Reynolds goes down swinging. Curveball got him. Cedeno, who's 0 for 2. That's Patient, 23. That's a base on balls. Nobody's going to be running at this point. And that's ballpark 50. That's in play. Jose Cruz, 0-6. In play, 0-6. And that's going to be a double. And that's going to score Cedeno. RBI double for Cruz, 9-2. Cabell with 1 out. That's 3 defense, 74. That's going to be out no matter what. It's outside both hit and error ranges, and that's going to be a grounded. Well, it's an out to second. What kind of an out? It's a ground ball to second base. And Cruz, if he's a 7 or higher, he moves to third, and Cruz is a 7, so he hustles over to third with 2 outs. Ground ball 4-3, and Cruz is on at third. And now it's Denny Walling, a left-handed batter, right fielder, 8 tough. A tough 46 is a base hit single. That scores Cruz 9-3. And Walling is on at first with a single. Next is Rafael. Now is the pitcher. Pitcher spot is up. Tom Dixon with 2 out, 9-3. Dixon bats what? What does Dixon bat? He's an 11. You know what? We're gonna let him bat because I don't feel like doing anything right now. All right, we're gonna let Dixon bat. And here's the pitch to Dixon is 11. That's 7. Tough 97. It's going to be a strikeout. Oh, wait. 97. No. Wait a second. 97 is going to be a fly ball to left field for out number 3. And it's Tom Dixon facing Joel Youngblood. It's a 9-3 ball game. That's a 5 in play 22, and that's a base hit. Joel Youngblood, who's 1 for 2, he's 2 for 3 now. He singles. And Flynn, that's tough 92. Fly to left. Jose Cruz puts it away. 1 down. Gonna get a bunt by Swan again. He's a C bunter, and that's a successful sacrifice. Bochy to Landestoy, covering first. 2-4. And a runner on second now, and it's Taveras, who's 3 for 3. And that's Snake Eyes wheelhouse, 37. 37 wheelhouse is right outside of hit range. That's popped up left side. And that retires the side. Swan against Landestoy, who's 1 for 2. Tough 37, that's a base hit for Landestoy. Singles. Nope. Bruce Bochy, the batter, is a right-handed catcher. Wheelhouse, 89. That's going to be grounded as short. And in the hole, nice throw by Taveras. And gets, I have this huge bee that's in my office. All right, so Landestoy hustles over to second. So there's 1 out. Terry Poole now. That's from the left side. He's 1 for 3. That's a 7. Tough 21. Oh, that's going to be a double. Line drive into the alley. Mazzilli after it. Poole around first into second. And that's going to score Landestoy, 9-4 game. Craig Reynolds, he's 0 for 2. That's a 7, tough 91. Grounded to second. Flynn to Montanez. And that's going to move. Poole is a 7, so that's going to move him to third. So 2 outs. Poole is on at third base. It's a 9-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. The batter is Cesar Cedeno. Here's the pitch from Swan. In play 23, and that's going to be a base hit single. 9-5 now. Cedeno's on at first, and Cedeno may run 6 or less, and he's going. We're looking for a normal base stealer. Normal is out. Oh my goodness. Hodges throws him out. Caught stealing 2. The next batter was a lefty, so that's the shortstop covering. 2-6. And that's the 3rd out, so Cedeno. goes and tries to steal a base down by a 9-5, down by 4 runs in the 7th inning, and he's thrown out. But that's how they play here at the Astrodome. There's not too many, you know, home runs hit. Willie Montanez against Dixon, 6. Patient, 87. That's an out. Grounded his second. Landis-Stoy over to Cedeno, 1 away. Mazzilli, who's 0 for 4. It's a 4 in play, 98. That's going to be an out range. Fly to left. Fly to left, and it's Cruz, 2 down, and Richie Hebner. Hebner's a 7. Patient 87. That's an out. Grounded to second base. 4-3. 9-5 ball game here going to the bottom of the 8th inning. There's action in the Mets bullpen. You have Reardon and Glynn warming up. And that's going to be fatigue time for our boy Swan, who's allowed 5 runs. And we're going to let him start the inning with a fatigue card. His fatigue card is going to be one of these. I know that 4 or more. He doesn't have 4 or more. 0 to 99 and 6 or more. He doesn't have 6 or more. So we got to look for. There's 0. There it is. This is the one. So Swan is a fatigue pitcher right now. So the minute he gives up a hit or two, we're pulling him. I mean, he's allowed 8 hits. So it's going to be Cruz leading it off. Cruz is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Cruz. That's a 3. Patient 37. A patient 37 is a base on balls, and that's going to be it. And we're bringing in, who did I say was, it's a righty. So we're going to bring in Reardon, Jeff Reardon. So that's it for Swan. Now Swan, I'll tell you what his numbers look like up to this point. Yeah. Astros had a good squad in 79. Reardon. There he is. He's in there. Oh. Well, okay. I got to put him into the 9th spot. All right, it's Jeff Reardon coming in with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jose Cruz is on at first, and it's Enos Cabell. Cabell is 1 for 3. He's single, flied out, and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Reardon. Reardon was 1-2 with a 1.74 ERA in 18 games. Snake Eyes wheelhouse, 31. That's going to be a wild pitch. So to second goes Cruz. Jeff Reardon sets and deals to Cabell. And that's an 8. Patient 47. Patient 47, that's in the out range. It's going to be popped up. And that looks like a 6. Popped up Taveras. I'm going to double check that. 8. Patient 47. Yep. So pop up. And back to second is Cruz. Denny Walling, left-handed hitter. And that's a 3. Ballpark 22. Ballpark 22 is in play. In play 31. And we're still rolling for wild pitches, I believe. This is the second roll. Does that still go for a wild pitch? Anytime you roll a 31, does anybody know? Or a 30? Does it matter which roll it was on? Was it the first roll or the second roll? Not sure. That's actually I asked this question, and I've played it before because there's times where you hit a home run. It's like, okay, how many times am I going to roll for a wild pitch? And he pitched once. He had a chance. Now it's the result. Now it's the guy swinging. So the pitch is in the air. So I don't know. That's how I see this. So 31. I mean, it doesn't benefit the Mets either way. They lose both ways, and I think actually the way that I'm deciding it. In other words, so it's a 31. It's a ballpark. So then it's an in-play 31, which is going to be a single. And with 1 out, it's going to be run around, advances 1 base, first and third now. It's my game, so I can do whatever I want, right? It makes more sense to me. Okay, so now it's Dixon again. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter this time. And we're going to bring in Jeffrey Leonard. Leonard is going to pinch hit for Tom Dixon. Then we're going to bring in Sambito after that. All right, Jeff Reardon versus Jeff Leonard with first and third. Now we can roll for we're down by 4 runs, so we're not going to try to steal second. Here's the pitch to Leonard. It's an 8. Patient 37. A patient 37. It's going to be a base on balls. Bases are loaded. And now it's Rafael Landestoy. Landestoy is 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. Patient 26. Patient 26 is a base on balls. 9-6 now. Bases are loaded. Only 1 out. And Mets are going to call on another pitcher. And it's Bruce Bochy. And the Mets are going to call Dale Murray. Dale Murray. All right, Dale Murray versus Bruce Bochy. Here goes. It's an 11. Defense 61. That's going to be an out no matter what. It's a third base. What kind of an out is it? It's going to be popped up to third baseman Hebner, calling for it. Makes the catch. That's going to be out number 2. Everybody holes here. And it's going to be Terry Poole. Terry Poole's 2 for 4. He's a lefty. We're going to bring in. You know what? We're going to let Murray pitch. 8 in play, 26. Whoa, man. In play 26 is going to be a base hit single with the bases loaded. Runners advance 1 base, but with 2 outs. Jeffrey Leonard, I believe, is fast enough to score from second. He needs to be a 6 or more, and he's a 7, so he does. And Landestoy. Where is Landestoy? Oh, there's Landestoy. Landestoy is a 8, so he's going to hustle over to third. So, wow, it's a 2-run single. And now the score is, I'm going to have to check out the score now. The score now is 9-8. The Mets were up 9-1 a couple of innings ago. All right. Craig Reynolds, another lefty. Now I'm bringing in Glenn. Glenn is a lefty. He's going to... Wow. 9-8. Bottom of the 8th. There's just no stopping this Astros offense. All right, here's the pitch to Greg Reynolds with first and third. 4. Which is patient. A patient 0-4, so base on balls. Base on balls now. Bases are loaded again. And it's rough. It's Cesar Cedeno with the bases loaded. Bottom of the 8th, 9-8. The Mets are up. The Mets are on the verge of losing an 8-run lead in the last 3 innings. The Astros scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 3 in the 8th. And they have the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Cesar Cedeno, the batter. Ed Glynn now, a lefty, is going to face Cesar Cedeno, righty. Here's a pitch. 10, tough, 74, and that's going to be an out. Fly ball, skied high, center field. Mazzilli, and he puts it away for out number 3. Wow. Okay, so it's Dixon's out. I'm going to bring in Joe Sambito. I don't know if you guys remember him. He's a character for sure. There you go, lefty against Henderson. This has been a tremendous game, man. Mets were up 9-1, and now it's 9-8. All right. Steve Henderson, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 6, patient 40. Patient 40 is a base on ball, so Henderson walks. And Henderson may go. Let's see what happens. 7, he does not. Hodges not going to bunt but Hodges is 2 for 4. That's a 4. Ballpark 37. That's going to be in play. In play 76 is an out. Fly ball center field. Poole running in makes the one-handed grab. And now it's Youngblood, who's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch from Sambito. It's an 8 tough. A tough 41. It's going to be a strikeout. So Youngblood strikes out. And it's Doug Flynn. Doug Flynn's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch from Sambito. 10. Ballpark 16. It's a righty. It goes 1 to 8. So it's going to be in play. In play 24. And that's base hit. Nope. Yes. Versus a lefty it is. And it's going to be a single. And over to third is going to go Henderson. First and third now. That's the second hit for Flynn in this game. And Ed Glynn is the batter. So in this situation, we're going to have to take a quick peek at... All right. Stearns pinch hit in this game. And let's see, who do we have to bring in for the Mets? Reardon, Swan, Maddox, Scott, Chapman, Twitchell, Allen. Who have I seen? Houseman. Tom Houseman pitched in this series. So we're going to pinch hit with a righty, Stearns. Stearns also pinch hit in this game. 9-8 ball game here in the top of the 9th. The Astros are due up. For the Astros, it's going to be Jose Cruz, Cabell, and Walling. So it's going to be John Stearns pinch hitting for Ed Glynn. All right, here's the pitch to Stearns. It's an 11, tough, and 62. A tough 62 is outrange. Grounded to second. And that's Landis-Doy, flips to Reynolds, and that retires the side. So a new pitcher for the Mets is going to be Tom Houseman. Houseman was 2-6 with a 2.75 ERA. The Mets are up 9-8. Mets have 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors, 9 left on base, while the Astros have 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 7 left on base. Jose Cruz, the batter, steps in the box. He bats .324 versus righties. And we're looking at a 9. In play 92, that's going to be out. It's going to be lined and caught by second baseman Flynn, 1 away. Next is Enos Cabell. Cabell is 1 for 4. Here's the pitch from Houseman. That's a 9. In play again, 97. These high numbers are helping out the Mets. And that's lifted to left. Henderson, he's there. 2 down. So the Astros down to their last out. 11 defense, 0-0. So we're looking at an unusual play. We rolled a 52 on our unusual play chart. Batter doubles to right but may have missed touching first base. The appeal is made and the result is roll 1-6. 1-4 ruling is batter with double to right. 5-6 the batter missed first base and is out 9-3. All right. So we rolled a 52. What a way to end the game, right? All right. If we roll a 1-4, he has a double. And the tying run will be on second base. We rolled a 2. So it's a double. And it seems that the umpires decided that he did touch first base. So it's a 2-out double by Walling. And he runs at a speed of 7, so he's got good base running ability. And it's Jeff Leonard. No, it's not Jeff Leonard. It's the pitcher spot, Sambito. Jeff Leonard was a pinch hitter. We just have to write in Sambito here. And then we got to decide what we're going to do. All right, so it's Sambito. We're going to have to bring in a pinch hitter here for Sambito. It's going to be Art Howe. Oh, you know what? Gonzalez play. We're going to bring in Gonzalez. Because I don't know if Art Howe... we're going to bring in Gonzalez because Gonzalez played in this game. Art Howe may be injured. I haven't seen him in the last couple of games. Landis was playing second, so we're going to bring in Julio Gonzalez, who bats .264 versus righties. To pinch hit for Sambito, Julio Gonzalez. And there's 2 outs. Tying run is at second base in Walling. It's 9-8. It's Tom Houseman on the mound. And here's the pitch from Houseman. Three, patient 54. A patient 54. It's going to be 49 is the nearest it gets. It's going to be an out range, and that's going to do it. Fly ball to right. Youngblood waits, puts it away, and that retires the side. Game over. Mets win it. They win it by a score of 9-8. They hold on to prevent the sweep, believe it or not. Final score, Mets 9, Astros 8. Astros scratched and clawed their way back into this game. They were down 9-1. They scored 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. And the win, I guess, goes to Swan. I mean, Swan he pitched his 5 innings, never lost the lead, so... And Houseman gets a save. It's going to be Mets, the line score was Mets 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors, 9 left on base. The Astros, 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 8 left on base. A few range hits in there, sprinkled in there. 24 hits total, 17 runs in this game, and 17 left on base. So the win goes to Swan, the save goes to Houseman, the loss goes to J.R. Richard. And that's all she wrote. I want to write that in very quickly. Let me bring in Houseman in that last inning. Let's see. Yeah, I got to bring in Houseman right there. So Visitor brings in a new pitcher. Oh. So Visitor brings in a new pitcher. And it's going to be Houseman. All right. So I'm writing in the... Anyway, that's it for the next series is going to be. I'll tell you who the next series is going to be. I got a big draft tomorrow morning early on. I play Dynasty League Baseball. I'm going to do a couple of videos with Dynasty League Baseball so you guys can see how it plays. It's a lot of fun. I've been in a couple of leagues there for 3-4 years now. And I'm in 4 different leagues, and I have a draft. This week we held a draft for one. Tomorrow morning there's a draft for another. I got a pretty good team. I got Freddie Freeman at first. I think I've talked to you guys about this before. Listen to this infield. Freddie Freeman at first. Second base is Jose Ramirez, the guy from with 40 home runs from Cleveland. Speedy infielder. My shortstop is DeYoung. And my third baseman is Arenado. My outfield is Nimmo, Puig, and Whit Merrifield in center. So I got guys that can hit, guys that can get on base, guys that can hit home runs. Now that's the thing I'm going to be looking for tomorrow in the draft is some starting pitchers. But I'm not going for the big names. I'm going for the guys that pitched for like 4th, 5th place teams that people don't really know that well. So I won't go up against everybody. I had an issue last year where I was picking Cespedes because I thought he was going to have a breakout season and I would have him for this year. He got hurt, had heel surgery, and is not even available this year. I didn't work out for me, but there was this one guy that bid him all the way up, crazy, and at the end, I was like, "Why did you bid him up so much?" He goes, "Oh, I didn't know that he was limited in last year's draft. I mean, he only had, I think he was also injured in last year's draft, but I was just picking him up for this year." Anyways, long story, but the guy didn't know enough about him to know that he was bidding on a guy's name, but not on really the card that he had the previous year, which wasn't very good and which was limited because he didn't play that much. So he's been injured basically 2 years in a row, and this is the third year in a row that he's been injured. I expected him to have a tremendous year last year, and then I would have his card this year, and I would enjoy it for a cheap price, but that didn't work out because this guy didn't know all that. So anyway, I'm picking guys that are a little bit obscure. And that's it. I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. I was going to tell you who we're playing next. Game 6. This was game 63. We're going to play the Cardinals. 2 games at the Cardinals. Then we go back to New York against Pittsburgh. And then the Cubs and the Phillies. All right? All right. Have a good night. I'll play